Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to Not Capital. Welcome to Not Capital. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm just gonna do a quick breakdown of the pair that we sent, or the one that we focused on, the ones that haven't went very deep into profit. So we're gonna be looking first at Aussie dollar as it is. So at first we're gonna open it from the weekly time frame so that you guys can try to catch what I'm trying to do or be on the same page. So here on the weekly time frame, we can see how Aussie dollar has been moving. We have this impulse, and then we have this sort of a correctional phase that is forming here on the Aussie dollar, right? So we had this impulse, and then we have this correctional phase that has been forming on this Aussie dollar. So we have the impulse, correction, impulse, and then this should be our correction, right? So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna highlight our area of value. Okay, I'm gonna highlight our area of value here on the weekly. So from the weekly, what I can see again, I can see that there is a trend line or a trend line that has been broken somewhere up there, right? But I'm not really going to focus much on this trend line. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to focus on the structure. What is structure telling me? So from what I'm seeing already now, I can see, okay, we have some sort of a head and shoulder pattern which is yet to be confirmed, right? Which is yet to be confirmed. And how does this confirm that this will be a head and shoulder? This head and shoulder, this left shoulder of ours, of which if I can do this, let me just take this to the highs, take this here, and readjust this like that. So I have this head and shoulder formation which looks like it's forming, right? I have this head and shoulder formation which looks like it's forming. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna draw it by structures, okay? I'm gonna draw it by structure. So from what I can see here, I have these two lows here. So let me just remove this and put it here for reference, because I already know that this is the area of value, so I don't need to draw it all the way from the back. So when I come here on top now, I'm just gonna find my structure there, and then this will be another area of value for me. Okay, this will be another area of value right here, right? So now let's just drop down to the daily without wasting any time. So here on the daily, we're just going to readjust our structure. Okay, I'm gonna readjust the structure. There we go. Then now we have a pattern, right? We have a pattern like that. We have a pattern. We have a pattern. We call this pattern an ascending. We have a pattern which is ascending here, right? We have a pattern which is ascending, right? So again, one thing that we know about this pattern, the premium members, they know about this, is that a pattern like this can either break to the upside or break to the downside, right? So a pattern like this can either break to the upside or break to the downside. So it's in an ascending nature, but again, this type of pattern, right, it's in an ascending nature, right? As you can see, we know that we have the impulse, and then this is the correction, right? It's a correction. So it's ascending and also what, expanding, right? So this is an expanding type of formation that we have. So from this expanding type of formation, we know that here at the end, what can happen, the market can either break to the upside slowly, right? We have the possibility of the market breaking to the upside slowly, right? And then we have this reversal from here. Or if that doesn't happen, we can have the market reversing right here, right, all the way to test the lows. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go to the 4-hour time frame so we can try to gather more evidence. So this is the 4-hour time frame. So from the 4-hour time frame, what I can see is that prices be moving higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? The price has been moving in an upward trend up until now. So until this low is broken or taken out, the price has been moving, it's still in an uptrend. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, I'm just going to combine my higher highs and my higher lows, okay, so that I can get a clear picture of structure. So now this is what I have. So from here now, I'm going to wait for two things. So either this market can give me a hover here, right? Can give me a hover and then go down, right? Or if that doesn't happen, fine. It doesn't mean that we're going to be out of the trade. If that doesn't happen, we know that this market here is going to pull back, go up, pull back, go up, pull back, go up, pull back, go up, of which here we'll be getting that third touch of the structure together with this previous highs here, which will give us an even more chance, right? An even more chance to sell, an even bigger risk to reward ratio. Okay, so that's why you're not supposed to just jump into trades. Okay, so New Zealand USD here, I had already drawn some structures, so I'm just going to continue from these structures. Also from the higher time frame perspective. So what we can see here with New Zealand USD again, we can see that this move, this is an impulse, this is a correction, this is an impulse, and then this is a big correction, right? This is a big correction to continue. This is a big bull flag, right? So already we can see we have this big bull flag on the weekly time frame. So what we're gonna do now, we're just gonna drop down to daily to gather more evidence and to trade with the trend. Okay. So what we can see from this big bull flag that we have here is that we also have another structure inside. We have a falling wedge inside. This is a falling wedge, right? We have a falling wedge inside. So in this falling wedge, we have price break out of this falling wedge, right? We have price break out of this falling wedge, but it's breaking out in there in a corrective way, right? In a corrective way. So the moment price breaks out of this structure, then it's then that the 90% rule of this structure is active. So it is most likely that this price will go and break these highs here. And then here, this is where we'll see the first reaction of this price. Okay, this is where we'll see the first reaction of this price. So what we're gonna do now, we're just going to drop down to the 4 hour, because I already have my bias. So we're gonna drop down to the 4 hour and see. Okay, so this is the 4 hour. So here in the 4 hour now, we have a very interesting price structure. So what we can see still is that price has been creating higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher low. So until this low is broken, right? If this price does this and then this, we can be selling real hard. We can be selling real hard, right? But until price breaks those lows, then we are still very much bullish. Okay, we're still very much bullish on the higher time frame. So what we can anticipate, since we're still bullish here, as you can see here, we have the impulse, the correction, then the impulse, the correction. That's what we're expecting. That's what we're expecting. Okay, maybe all the way to the third touch here, maybe all the way to the third touch somewhere around here, which will be in line, of course, which will be in line with something, right? I'm sure the third touch of the outer structure. So it will be in line with the third touch of the outer structure. Then we can go for those big sell positions. But if not, this is also a possibility. No, this is also a possibility, because we have these highs here that price haven't really broken out of. Okay, so this being a possibility and this being an impulse, this could be a correction to continue down. Okay, so let me just remove this and do like this. Okay, there we go. There we go. So if we zoom into the lower time frame, of course, we're gonna have a proper structure here on the 1 hour. We're gonna have a proper structure here on the 1 hour. So also from this structure, expecting a pullback.